Veronica, it's Buzz. First of all, I wanted you to see why I don't have room in here to work on coastie. I mean, that's my radio room that's used for the AUXNet as well as my ham radios and stuff. My programmings and my computers, they're all over the place. Repairs. This is a table saw that you can't see. This is a file cabinet that has all kinds of stuff in it. There's some more stuff here. Here's another saw over here. There's a grinder under this when I got to get to it. Here's another saw if I can ever get to it. There's another saw that I can never get to. Grinders, more grinders, sanders, presses, more saws, and it goes on. Drills, saws, drills, spray boots, more here. I have a hobby of making little dioramas, and that's a spray booth that I use. And then we have all this that, again, I have no room here. This is another bench I set up about 3 or 4 months ago. Hello. There's the radios that we have that were given to the 2401 that don't work. I mean, it seems to be the nature of the beast at this point. And everybody cries there's no money. Well, it's a good way of getting things for nothing, I guess. But sooner or later, the government's got to bust loose. And I know all about that because I was involved with government for a while and not on your end. And I know how budgets are. If you don't use it, you lose it. And it's just one of those things. But this is what I'm saying. I have no room to take coastie apart. When I had coastie in this room, luckily I had the lift up here, so I was able to hoist her up a little bit. But this all was filled with coastie. All this was filled with coastie. I really had no room in here. Room I really need. And I don't want to put her outside. And I don't want to put her in another shed. But I want to show you, hold on a minute. I mean, I even got a sink back here I can't use because I got stuff in it. But I wanted to show you the trailer and an update and what's going on and what's not, and how secure this trailer really is, believe it or not. So let me get this out of my hand. I'm going to take you for a little walk around some of the property. Okay, so as you can see, there's the trailer right outside my door, right next to a plug where I can plug in lights, heaters, or whatever else I needed. The solar panel is open, so it charges the battery, which is on the system. This unit, I actually would like to see the 24 keep it because it's, in my opinion, a much better trailer. It's got a battery backup. It has a solar panel up there to charge the battery. Now, I've been talking them into that, or trying to talk them into putting a solar panel and battery into their system. But, again, funding. So, and coastie's apart. So that's where she's at. I've had a couple of really bad weeks here because I've been trying to get my yard and everything else ready for the winter. So I had to work on the tractor. That was my woodshed. And as you can see, the fence right here is all fenced in. There's dogs in that yard. There's dogs in that yard. And these are neighbors of mine, very good neighbors. There's a fence that goes all the way down the side of this building, which is my garage, my shop that we just came out of. And from that, there's another continue on. And I'll show you some of that. But don't look at the mess because I'm right in the middle of cleanup. So anyway, winter is setting in. Oh, there's one of my towers. That's a 50-foot freestanding tower. That wire, if you can see it, is an antenna. There's another wire, which is an antenna that goes over the tree. And there's another 2 antennas going down that way, which I'll show you in a minute. And there's a fence over there as well. Hey, Nick. And that's Nikki. And that's one of my smaller ones. That's the husky. I have a shepherd at 125 pounds. And I got a couple of pits. All right, so there's the fence. Here we have a mountain, a rock, and I have a fence around it naturally because I have the dogs. That rock actually belongs to me, that whole thing. There's another 2 acres I have over there. So again, there's no way that anybody is going to get in here to get that trailer out of here. There's just too much. If you go on the other side of that fence, John has his truck backed up in there. That's there. He doesn't use it. There's a garage there. There's another portable garage over there. The next yard over, which is also my property, he has sheds and everything in the way. They're not going to take it over that. There's lighting all over. One on the back, one up there, a set here. Again, it's all fenced in. Don't mind the mess because I'm trying to get it cleaned up. There's 6 lights up there, motion. They turn on whenever you want to walk near it. We go down this way. Again, that rock is still there. And we have electricity out here. I ran it all about 3 or 4 years ago. But again, they're not going to get it through here. There's another light up here that shines off 2 different directions. There's a big old hole right there, so they're not going to get through here with it. And if they come down here, we're still fenced in, as you can see. And there's no way in hell, and there's part of the rock still, there's no way in hell they're going to get this through here. And that's all my property down there that I haven't had a chance to get fenced in yet. Because like I said, I got like another 2 acres down here. And that's what it's like. They're not going to get through here. And again, it's all fenced in. Now this hump of sand that you see here, that, believe it or not, in the wintertime, that's a coyote den. There may be some in there now, I don't know. They get in from the other side. That's all my property down in there that you're looking at. Again, they're not going to get anything out of here. I'm just wanting to give you a peace of mind by showing you what's here and what isn't here and how protected this is. Now over here, there is a gate. However, the gate is broke. You're not going to open it. I have to get the tractor over here in order to get this gate open. And then, how they're going to get it? They got to bring it down and try to get it through here. They get it down here. To go down something like that, they get stuck in all that wood. It's not going to happen. Back there, you can't tell, but there's about 25 foot deep from what you may see or may not see, deep, and about 90 to 100 feet long, maybe longer, of bamboo. They're not going to get through that. And on the other side of that, there's like a 25-foot incline with railroad tracks on it. There's all railroad back there. Okay, and we have all this fence with a big drop, so they're not going to get down that. That's like a 20-foot drop. And we'll come over this way. And again, I'm just trying to ensure you, to let you know that the trailer and coastie are safe. They're not just parked in a yard someplace in a residential area. This, again, is all bamboo, believe it or not. You can see where the land goes down, and then there's that big embankment that I was talking about that's about 25, 30 feet high where the train goes. Here comes a train now, you might see it. So they're not going to get out that way. And on the other side of that, it's just as woody as it is on this side. And there's a pole right there, because I'm getting ready to run more fence all the way down another 150 feet in that direction. And this, again, is all bamboo. Now, believe it or not to change the subject, but this bamboo started 8 years ago. All that you're seeing, including all that you're not seeing, Like I said, it's about 30 feet deep down in there, and about 100 or better long. And then all this, and more. All this is bamboo, and it goes back about 70 feet here. Now, they're lucky if you can get a person through here. So now, we go down this area. There's more fence there if you can see it. And as this goes back, you can't even see. This is all bamboo. You can't see through this stuff. This stuff is like 35, 40 feet deep. And there's a fence behind it all. 6 foot, actually, in the back end. And you see, if I go back here, I can't get through any of that. I get lost back there. My dogs used to come back here and play in it and hide on one another. They can't even come back here anymore. It's getting so dense. And again, they have to get down here. Okay, so let's go to the other side. I could probably shoot through the bamboo. And there's your trailer up there, see it? And there's all cameras on that, by the way, because there's more lighting back here. This is the back side of where that tower was. And if you can see the light through those trees right there, there's another light with a motion sensor on it that lights up that whole area and back here. So let's walk through the bamboo for a minute and see if I can get through the other side. I mean, when I say the other side of the bamboo. Right? And they're not going to get through all this. So I'm just letting you know that there's a fence still, that they're not going to get through here. And if they even thought about it, they're going to have so much noise going on that the boys will be back here. See, there's the tracks I was just talking about. Now, I just came up about 10, 12 feet. So, you know, and you're not going to get through this. They're not going to take it out of here. There's Jem. There's my honey. Yeah, I was just talking about you. And there comes Bud. And Nikki. And Tucker. Huh. Yeah. And over here we got 2 fences. The chain link and a stockade. And that goes all the way around. And again, up this way. Which again, as you can see, you can't even see through there, never getting through there. Trailers are here, 2 trailers. The wife is over there. And the fence goes all the way up, and I'll get you around there. And here, you really can't see it, but there is a, well, here it is. This log. This log is about 30, yeah, close to 30 feet long, because it goes all the way up in there. And it's up a little bit because the boys used to like to run around on it and play on it. And I use it as a stabilizer for another set of wire antennas. So, hey baby, do we need to bring out that food? Or did you get it out here already?
I took some of it out.
All right.
I don't know about the rest of it. It's all leafy stuff that I just throw it.
All right. Okay. And back here there's more fence. Now that fence is not broke. It's just a piece of wood I have nothing to do with. If you need pavers, I got them. Okay, here's more fence, and again, nobody's going to get through that with anything. This is just my little storage area, one of many. And again, fence that you're not going to get through. So like I say, the trailer isn't just sticking out there in a development somewhere. All right? More rock, more mountain, more sheds. Those are not mine. This is the fence. Fence goes all the way down there and all the way to the front of the house and across the front partially and then back up, and there's a dog door so these boys can get in and out 24/7. Okay, here I got this thing, but I keep the tractor in here, and there's no heat in here. Coastie's used to the cold weather, but that's really no good for fiberglass. Anything expands and retracts when it gets hot and cold, and especially electronics, they build up a moisture between the hot and cold. The boards get all moist. The resistors and transistors are carbon. They end up getting filled up with it, and then they start to flake apart, and this is what happens. So she really shouldn't be out in the cold weather, or even really, really damp weather. She should be in a garage or something, you know, put in a corner with a little wooden frame around her so they can't bang into her accidentally. But I use this for the tractor, which is there. And then I have another shed there that has electronics in it. There's my little workout area, but I haven't had a chance to clean up. But again, there's no way she's going to get out of here. Now, to get out through the way I came in, you have to go out this way. If you go out this way, again, it's a mess, but there's double gates. I gotta remember to bring that generator in. So I'm trying to get all this done for the winter, and it's just, you know, the more I clean up, the more I find. Here's some of my antennas. Here's another tower. More antennas, more antennas, more antennas. That one there is hooked up to the aux net, as well as that one up there. And I got heated bird houses, by the way. I gotta make sure the birds have heat. And then there's more fence. This is a kennel that the boys use late at night. We lock this gate up about 10:30, 11 o'clock, so they can still get in and out of the kennel area, but they can't get into the yard after that. So they really haven't got 24/7. Here goes another train. Luckily, we don't hear that from in the house. That's a quarry train. Stony Creek is known for their pink quarry. But anyway, stockade fence all the way down in there, all the way down. Come over to this side. More antennas. Oh, there's two more antennas over there I got to put up yet before winter sets in. Worst thing for an antenna is being put together and not being used. Okay. Then we have two more gates here, and they're there. And another fence. The boys sleep under there every now and then if it gets windy and snowing and they want to come out. Because I told you, other than from like 11 o'clock to 6 in the morning, they can only come out to the kennel area to use the bathroom and hang out if they want. We open the gate at about 6 in the morning. We close it, like I say, 10:30, 11 o'clock. And now we're on the front, and they're not going to come through here. Yeah, they're not going to want to blow a wall through here. So your trailer is very well protected. And then this is taking us right. We just went out that side. Now we just made a complete circle. We're back here again. And there's more bulbs I got to go out there and replace. But I'm not trying to put you off. But you have to understand, I'm doing this for nothing. I'm not trying to buy parts. I'm trying to fix what I have with parts that I have, because I was in the radio business for a while. So I'm doing the best I can to keep the price as cheap as I possibly can, because it seems there's no budget anywhere other than I was given a $500 budget, but it cost $250 just to get the paint and get coastie and Photoshop ready, and to get her so that she can move and talk a little bit. Now here, you can't even tell, but this is all parts that rotted right through. There was a crystal and a switch right here. The switch was rotted through. The crystal, which was over here, had a hole through it. That may still be in here someplace. So these are all, here's a crystal. Whoop. That's a crystal. That's what makes a radio receive or transmit. You see, it's got a hole right through it. That's because the dampness and the weather getting in and out of this thing. These things are like $12,000. I don't know what the Coast Guard paid for them. But you know what? Even if it was $8,000, you got to have a little bit of a budget put aside for this thing. You know, and you have to have a place to where it's got some type of a climate control. Otherwise, you're just throwing money out the door, and you're worried about a trailer. You know. Now, I'm not trying to sound sarcastic. I'm just telling it like it is. Now, I don't know if I sent you the link or not to Coastie's repairs that I've been doing, and I'm not going to be able to really get to her until I'm done here. And I don't see this happening, you know, as far as getting this straightened out, getting the yard straightened out, getting the house straightened out for the winter, getting all those lights changed up out there. Because one is, I got a bad back. I'm only good for about 5, maybe 6 hours a day, if it's a good day. If it's a damp day, maybe 4. You know, and then I'm shot, you know, so it's just one of those things. I had surgery and it made it worse. My S1, S2 is just, forget about it. Scar tissue took it over and put me out of commission, basically. So anyway, that's it. Now, if we go over here for a minute, I have another camera. I am not going to give you, I'm sorry, the codes to the cameras that I have up there, in case you want to check on her. But I do have a camera. Let me turn the TV down in here. Hold on. Yeah, I'm out here so much that I have TV out here. I got a small refrigerator. I got a microwave. I got a toaster oven. Got all my radios. Got all my microphones hanging. Got my repair station over here. I have a 12-volt system as high as 13.8. That's constant. And it's charged up through solar panels and wind turbines. And I've got a battery pack back there. So it charges up the batteries. They're Group 31 batteries. If by chance you happen to have a couple of Group 31 deep cycle batteries laying around, hint, hint, that may help. Anyhow, I can come on here and go to these cameras. Yeah, I accept. I don't know which one's going to come up. I didn't want anyone. There's coastie right there. Right. Now that camera's also able to be moved. I can pan it up, down, left, right. And there's 7 of those cameras around the yard that you didn't see. Plus, there's cameras in here. There's one there. There's another one down there. There's another one over there that you're not seeing. There's three in the house looking out and about. And then there's 2 in the peak of each house looking out into the driveway. And down the other side, because when the boys go down there, I want to be able to see them. So they're there, and they're on a little 7 or 8 inch monitor that's on 24/7, and it's on one of the coffee tables in the living room. So while I'm either lying on the couch watching TV or sitting on the couch watching TV, which is mostly about 15 hours a day because of the bad back, I can look at that at any time and see what's going on. And the same with these. But however, I do have another camera that's it's the same brand. It's just that it won't work in this program. So therefore, I'll have to just set it up and with a password and everything. And if I do that, and I think if I give you the password, you may be able to see it. And that one will be focused on Coastie, the trailer. And at that point, you know, again, I hope it's secure enough for you. I'd like to be able to have the trailer, to be all honest with you, if I can get to it within the next 7 to 8 weeks, getting to Coastie, to where I can start coming out here and doing 2 or 3 hours a day on her. Because one is the parts availability, trying to get the parts, you know, and then trying to get them for nothing, you know, and then it's a pain in the ass, excuse my language, you know, and then when you're trying to fix something and you got to scrounge for little electrical parts, transistors, resistors, diodes, you know, capacitors, ICs, it's a pain in the ass. And there's no schematic on that. So there's no board breakdown. There's a parts breakdown if you want to just call up and buy parts. Oh, this part does this, that part does that. But it doesn't mean anything, because even if you did have the money, you would be foolish to spend it there because they're ridiculous in price. So now she needs 1 wheel guaranteed. that one wheel is 150 bucks. So what I'm trying to figure out is I have to get it up and over so I can see the drive wheels again. Can I somehow modify a set of like lawnmower wheels, because that's all they are. They're like a kid's toy type wheel, you know, but they have the pulleys on them for the drive. So I'd have to figure out if there's a way of getting the pulley off the wheel and adapting it to another wheel. Because if that's the case, I can buy another wheel or even two wheels for like 30 bucks, where it's going to cost 150 per wheel, you know, which is, I got to shut down while I'm out here. I just got stunned. Yeah, right. I just got done working on the wife's car. I finally finished it after 6 days. Because again, you know, when you take an Astrovan apart, forget about it. The dealers don't even want to work on them. Yeah, that's why they stopped selling them. They're the best van in the world. They're all-wheel drives. They make two, an all-wheel and a two-wheel. Their all-wheel drives will, there's another project I'm working on. An all-wheel drive, oh, and there's more over here. Here's another project. It's been sitting there for almost 3 months. I haven't had a chance to do anything with it. I mean, that's why it's like it is. Because when I was working on Coastie the first time, I mean, it was like from mid-April to like, what, September? You know, 2-3 hours a day, 3-4 days a week. You know, and you think, okay, but one little thing can take all day. You know, by the time you research it, find it, fix it, you know, test it. But anyway, I've been working on her Astrovan for the last who knows what, because I had to take the radiator out, the engine cover off, the housing inside the cabin there, the doghouse. All that had to come off. The whole dashboard had to come apart. I had to replace the thermostat. I had to flush out the system. That was another 6 hours. And then I had to put 4 new relays in it. I had to troubleshoot the wiring because the horns and the lighter plugs and the door locks didn't want to work. And they were all good fuses. It was something else. Just like everything shit the bed at once. Excuse my language. Meanwhile, I'm going to put this together. I'll throw it up on a link, and I'll let you know what the link is. But I'd like to, hopefully, see the trailer here until maybe April or May. And hopefully I can get close to done once it starts warming up a little bit. I like to get the wheels going so I can get it working. I got the pump going, the bilge pump. The fan was making noise. I seen there was something in it, but I'm hoping that it didn't destroy it. If not, I'm going to have to put a fan in it, you know, and like I said, there's just no budget for it. You know, and I don't want to waste the $250 that I got left, you know, to buy a fan when I may have a fan here to work. So, all right, catch you later. Have a good weekend.